Hey guys, what's up? Hey, Mr. Duck. I got swords. What's up? Let's go. We've got a little bit of a build today. This is actually not all of the parts. Huh. Camera seems to be froze up. Nice. Made it this time, Ben. Well, we're gonna have to play derp with the camera, apparently. There we go. Let's hope that doesn't happen multiple times. Oh, I didn't know you were right behind me.
That's from.
Go. Parts list, yes. Though I was just trying to fix the camera so we can go through that. Because apparently my cameras decide to go meh whenever they feel like it. So today we are building with a Intel i5 10th generation. So this is a i5 10400F is what we're building with. We're going to be plugging that into an Asus B560, which is, we were actually supposed to build with a Prime. Ended up getting the Tough Gaming for the same price. So that kind of was a benefit or an upgrade. It said, I don't want to work. Yeah, I know. Everything today didn't want to work, I feel like. So we're going to be a B560. This has Wi-Fi built into it, Bluetooth as well. So that makes it easier for a first-timer who probably doesn't have an Ethernet connection for their gaming PC. So that's ready to go and they can connect. We are doing 16 gigs of DDR4. This is 3600. 16 gigs, so there's two 8 gig sticks here, and that's T-Force Delta, the brand I really like. Is there a build tomorrow? So, no. There's not going to be a build tomorrow, even though I say usually Thursdays is my build day. The reason why is because we have a Christmas dinner to go to, or a Christmas party that we're going to. So I won't be able to stream tomorrow night. But I will be doing the stream tonight, and then I'm going to try to do a makeup stream Friday night as well. We still have plenty of builds to do. I don't know if you can see the background, but that whole line right there is all builds. All orders. Ready to go. We just need to build them. So we've got builds for days. to build on Friday? No. We would be actually building this one over here on Friday. And that one is actually a AMD Ryzen 5 5600 and a 6650 XT build. So it's a nice little build. Ripe. Rest in peace. Thank you. I'm going to need it because that's a lot of hours of building right there. But it's just going to, I feel like it's just going to be stacked up like this all the way through the rest of the year. It usually does. In fact, probably the next week it's going to double. Like, if it's anything like last year. Last year, I had this entire room was just boxes. Boxes and boxes and boxes of PCs. It was amazing that I could keep track of what actually went to what. But thankfully, I was very organized and thought through how to manage that. I want 2 builds for that makeup. Oh, okay. 2 builds on Friday. Oh, we'd have to start it early, like 6 o'clock start. And then maybe I could do 2 builds. I could do 2 builds. All right, the squeaky's got to go. Squeaky's not going to go anywhere. Yes, thank you. All right, I will do 2 builds on Friday. If we start early. Squeaks are going crazy behind me. Poor girl. All right. Okay, so the graphics card for this one is a GTX 1660 Super, and it's also an Asus TUF Gaming. So we have some really cool aesthetics matching the TUF Gaming motherboard. The cooler we're using, again, is our popular SE214XT by ID Cooling. Does a really good job cooling, and for the price, you really can't beat it. So it really helps. Then we are adding 3 additional fans to the case that we're building in, which is a Farah H1M, but it only has non-RGB fans. So we'll have 2 in the front, 1 in the back. So a total of 3 fans in the case, and it is a micro ATX case. Then we have a 650 watt 80 plus bronze semi-modular power supply that we're going to be building with. Storage is 1 terabyte. This is an M.2 NVMe Gen 3. The 10th gen does not support Gen 4, but the 560 does. So if they ever wanted to upgrade to 11th generation processor, they would support 4th generation PCIe. That is how the upgrade path would be for them in the future. But this was a pretty tight budget. They also bought a, because this was a first-timer gaming PC and it's a Christmas gift. So they also bought a monitor, which is also Asus TUF Gaming, 27-inch, and they also got Logitech gaming mechanical keyboard, a mouse, and Logitech mouse, and a Logitech headset. So Logitech all around, minus Asus TUF Gaming. So pretty cool theme for the entire setup. And then a mouse pad XL. Actually gonna need that one. These can go over here. I do, however, still gonna be a nice gaming rig. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a nice little gaming rig. I think we were, with everything combined, we were at $1,234 with the monitor, the gaming PC, the keyboard, the mouse pad, the headset. So a complete package for $1,200-ish bucks. Pretty dang good. And a PC that will play literally any game you want to play in 1080p. So pretty good rig to start with. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I did have to steal my tools today when I had to run around today. So they're in the mobile bag. So I do have to get some of my tools back out. I didn't know which tools I was going to actually need today while on site. Do, do, do. Is that music bleeding back into the mic at all? That would be my only concern, that it's going back to the mic. Where is my... No, I need that one, girl. And I need that. Imagine being prepared for a stream for once. No, I'm gonna need those. Close that sort of. It was a tight budget, yeah. To make all that fit, it was pretty tight. But they pretty much said, this is what we got, and we want to try to get the best we can. And I guess I have to do a little bit better at letting them know the process. Or at least most people kind of know the process by now, but... they didn't really know that I had to still build it. So they actually came to pay for it in cash, which was cool, because it's... I don't have that merchant fee. Merchant fee? And they didn't know I still had to build it. So even though it says it, but okay. We fixed that. Gotta set better expectations. Usually I do a pretty good job of that. Alright. We're just gonna move right on to the RAM here. Oh, so I was gonna say, I actually had an iBuyPower PC come into the shop here today. Yesterday, actually. Which is actually part of the reason why I couldn't stream. I was planning to stream Monday, and then I was planning to stream yesterday. Didn't happen. Because I had an emergency iBuyPower PC come in. And basically, what was happening with the iBuyPower PC, it was a Ryzen 9 5900X and an RTX 3080. And they put a 120mm AIO on there. So, can you imagine what was happening? I mean, 120mm on a AIO on a Ryzen 9. By the way, the fans on in the case were absolute trash. So again, can you imagine what was going on there? Chloe, did you take one of my screwdrivers? Did you take one of my screwdrivers? Must have. Either that or I'm going crazy. Might be going. Little blue handle screwdriver. Oh, I got it. Found it. I'm just going crazy. So I have a little Miss Chloe that likes to come over here and take my screwdrivers. It's a challenge. Constant challenge. Okay. Or a good air cooler? Yeah, I know, right? Well, at minimum with a Ryzen 9 5900X or 3900X for that matter. Usually I recommend at minimum a 280 millimeter AIO or a 360 millimeter, because even the 240 millimeter is just not enough when it's under a load. I've had or seen problems with that. Right. Yes, it was overheating like absolutely crazy. The CPU is running at um with the 120 millimeter AIO and that CyberPower PC. And if I said it was iBuyPower, I'd consider them the same damn thing. But it's in the CyberPower PC, it was with 120 millimeter AIO. It was running at 101 Celsius. The CPU, the graphics card was kind of sitting at. Hey man, how's it going, Dylan? Over on YouTube. Agent Smith, what's up, man? Thanks for popping in. Is that a PC? Yes, this is the beginning of a PC. We are on a motherboard, CPU, RAM, and SSD install right now, and then we're going to install this cooler here. But the CyberPower PC, I was like 101 Celsius on the CPU. The graphics card on its hotspot was hitting 115 Celsius, which was super hot. And then they're like, yeah, I don't know why, but it keeps going to a black screen, which is why they brought it to me. And it was just out of the CyberPower warranty. I took a look at it, and I'm like, I don't know how CyberPower in the right minds thought that it was smart to put to make a case that was called an oven, and then put an RTX 3080 in it, and then to put a RTX or a Ryzen 9 5900X with a 120 millimeter AIO. And by the way, let's make the fans do nothing. Let's just make an oven. So anyway, I was able to resurrect it, or will be able to resurrect it. That's actually stuff behind me here for the build, for the repairs. It's actually a brand new case by Leon Lee, Land Cooled Mesh 2. Leon Lee Land Cooled 2 Mesh C. Got the USB-C. And then a bunch of Leon Lee SL Infinity fans and a 360 millimeter AIO. So this thing's going to run a lot cooler. And we're also going to repaste obviously the CPU, but we're also going to repaste the graphics card, so that way we get as much life out of it as we can. I do not have my still do not have my capture card set up. It's been too busy. Oh good. New, by the way, I got a job starting Monday. Nice, man. Congratulations. And Mondays are usually perfect to start a job, because it's like jumping into the jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. You just have a fire hose that you're staring at Monday morning, and then it's like wham. Congrats, man. Congrats. So anyway, yeah, that was my evening yesterday, was trying to figure out what's going on with that thing. This man doesn't even notice me. Sheesh. Good evening. Sorry, Martin, I've been chit-chatting. I notice you. When I want to. No, I was just chit-chatting. I kind of get into that, like, zone. And then I stop reading. And then I look up and there's a new chat. I try to keep up. I don't know how you guys do it with more chats than I get. Like, I get a lot of chats, I feel like, but I don't know how y'all do it when you get like Mern, when your stream's super busy. I don't know how you do it. I don't think I could do anything like that. I'm just messing with you. I know you are. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know how you guys keep up with half of that. I struggle just a little bit that I have. Ah, crap, what am I doing? I definitely need a Coke or something. Some sort of caffeinated beverage. Maybe a coffee or espresso. Espresso. We want to stick with Italiano. We go with the espresso. And I don't think that's in the right spot either. It's not. Wow. Come on there, pull yourself together. Bye, I'm leaving. All right, Dylan. Have a good night, man. Over on the YouTubes. No, he's not. And yes, Agent Smith do actually have swords. You do. One day I shall have to see, or I almost said something terrible about your swords. Not gonna go there. We're just not gonna give you the satisfaction. No, from a caffeine could save me from no form of caffeine could save me from how tired I am tonight. LOL. Having trouble sleeping, huh? Got like 3 hours of sleep, and then today's issue with Facebook trained you. I thought it did, man. But you don't really show that. You do a good job of keeping your energy levels to yourself. I'll straight up tell you, I'm tired, damn it. I'm exhausted. Well, that's because I'm still maintaining what I'm maintaining, which is probably more than a normal human can do. Meaning, my mom knew what I was doing, she'd probably yell at me. Who needs sleep? You're burning the candle at both ends, Ben. Just a candle, Mom. You can always get a new one. My wife's in the background, acting like Mom. She says I'm her biggest child, by the way. Candles are meant to be burnt. Exactly. Candles are meant to be burnt. Not from both ends. Well, we tried. I think it was a valiant effort, gentlemen. I was internally screaming in all forms during the stream, but I try to keep my energy up. Oh, nice. No one likes reading, lol. I don't mind it. I bet you were, Mern. Yeah. See, I'm standing right now, so that's like helping me stay awake. But I can't guarantee I will stay awake. I might just collapse one stream. I did try. I hate candles. I'm not the biggest fan of candles either. And then they invented these wax things that the ladies like a lot. These wax melts. You guys get to deal with the wax melts yet? My wife in the background. Are you making fun of my wax melts? The wax melts, guys. If you haven't dealt with those yet, please try to avoid them. But if you ever see a lady in the store and they walk by the wax melts, they can't resist but to go smell every single one of them. And then so they'll spend an hour and a half sitting there smelling the wax melts. She says maybe 20 minutes, but I think that's inaccurate. But the wax melts, guys. You see them in the store, and you're trying to get through the store with your lady quick. Avoid the wax melts. Just if you have to, make an illegal U-turn in the aisle. I know the flow of traffic can sometimes be dangerous. Just do it. To avoid the wax melts. Yeah, luckily my kids break them. Nice. The candles, I'm assuming. Well, thermal paste is already applied and covered, so you don't have to worry about falling over and sparing it into your beard. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. That's one thing I've never done. Thermal paste in the beard. Haven't done that one yet. Wax melts. What kind of air cooler is that again? This is an ID cooler. 120 millimeter PWM addressable RGB fan. And this is a 4 heat pipe power air cooler. So it's got the 4 heat pipes on the bottom. It's retro gamer time. For all of our retro gamers out there. So this case, I've actually not built in before, believe it or not. There's not very many cases out there that I haven't built in yet. But this is one of them. And this is one that I've always wanted to try. But they had a pretty good sale on these, so I grabbed a couple, actually. And I grabbed this one for this build. and it's a small micro ATX case. Supports 120 millimeter, I think up to 140 millimeter on the front, and 120 millimeter on the top. Two fans in the front, two fans on the back or top, one in the rear. 120 millimeter in the rear. So it's got some pretty good cooling options. It's got a front mesh to it, so it's a nice mesh front, and it's got a honeycomb as well, which is kind of a unique look, especially with RGB on the other side. This is by Silverstone. This is the Farah H1M. The M just stands for Micro ATX. But it's a cute little case. Comes with one 120 millimeter DC 3-pin fan. They come in both black and white. But it's a solid case. But that would be my first impression, is that it is not cheaply made. So it's not cheap metal. And it just doesn't feel cheap when you push on it. It's not flimsy. Not flimsy where you would think it would be flimsy. At all. Pretty solid. We're going to be pulling this black fan out. We're going to be putting the addressable RGB fans in. Bye, fan. Hopefully we don't ever have to reuse it. I would put these on the top, but my fear is that the bearings on this are not hydraulic. And that means that 9 times out of 10, when it's facing down like this, gravity tends to do some major damage to the bearings. But if it was vertical, it would last longer. But if we put it at the top, that's the only place where we would put it in this situation. It'll just start making noise after about 6 months and probably drive the owner nuts. So not worth it to put it in there. Unless you have hydraulic bearing fans. Just avoid it. The vertical mounts. Alright, so should we put the fans in first and then the motherboard, or should we put the motherboard and then deal with the fans? Decisions. We will have to get the studs out regardless if we're going to do the motherboard. Nice hardware kit for your case. Pressure. So just doing a little bit of case prep here with the studs. And we may as well just throw it in there because we have it. No, I'm not actually throwing it in there. I'm being gentle. I promise. Oh, that's a sick rattle. Oh god. Screwdriver, run away. Flip this thing over now that our motherboard is mounted. I'm just gonna, instead of having these cables kind of flop around, I'm gonna just get them plugged in really quick. This is our front panel. USB 3.0, HD audio, front panel power connections and LEDs. So we already know our front panel USB 2.0 should be somewhere in the middle here. Right there. We'll just send it through this bottom hole here. Right there. And then our HD audio right here as well, which is in that back corner. Don't recall USB 3 on this board. Looks like it's up here. So we'll run that one up here. And then our power buttons down here. We'll get all those out of the way so they're not flopping around like crazy. Right now I'm just trying to get that power LED, hard drive LED, power buttons, reset buttons plugged in. If you don't know which one is which, the pin layout on your motherboard, you could definitely go take a look at your motherboard manual and it should point out the exact locations for each of these. They do make it pretty simple, the manuals, as long as you're reading it the right direction. That was probably my biggest complaint, is not knowing which way was up or down. When I first started reading motherboard manuals and trying to figure stuff out on my own. I remember that. Kind of was a pain in the ass. But they've gotten a lot better since. There we go. And then USB 3.0 right here. Well, this thing's starting to look like a real badass PC, honestly, for its a little tough gaming PC. Acer's tough gaming PC. I mean, for its size, it's like the little guy you wouldn't mess with, you know? Kind of looks cool. We're gonna throw our 3 fans in here, get those mounted up. The man behind the glasses! How are we, bud? Hey, Buster, what's up, man? I got Sword. That does look really nice. Yeah, man, this case is sick. How's it going, Buster? For a micro ATX case, I really like it. And this is, again, my first time building in it, so I don't really know what's going to come out of it. Except for it's going to work or it's not going to work. And so far, it's working. How are you? Hey, man, did you get to try your new PC yet? I know you got it set up and stuff, but did you, like, run a game yet? Bester? Dev? Enjoying the products of your satisfied customer. Not yet. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, Machu and I were actually just talking about that on the Discord channel. We're like, I wonder if Bester's going to jump in here and maybe we'll play a game. We haven't seen you yet. Being busy with work. I mean, same here. I haven't actually played. I was just on there chatting about cryptocurrencies. Busy, busy, man. Yeah, I get you. I feel you. Well, I hope you get to play a game on there, man. Because I know you know it's badass. I'm sure you're dying to play a game on there. Run one. I would be. The one thing I may do for this case is there's a dust filter, and then there's the actual mesh. I may not run this. I may leave it without the dust filter, because that is a lot of air restriction. In fact, I'm just going to pull it out and never put it back in. Hey. And I'm wondering if I want to go here with the fans or on outside. Looks like we could do either way. There's enough space there. I think if we do the outside, it would be less RGB on the inside. And closer to the mesh, which means not that big of a difference, but there is a little bit of difference with airflow. So I think I'm going to go on the inside. But it has a little bit more room to work with. Stay. Stay. Yesterday I fell asleep watching on the new PC, right? Watching some of my old streams, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I hope you do get to run a game on there soon. I'm dying to see kind of like what your reaction is, you know? Do you ever end up opening that that envelope? You get all that opened up? I can't remember if you told me or not. Yeah? What'd you think of the certificate? Do you like that as a good touch? Very repetitive song that's on right now. I've just kind of noticed. Yep, I have it close to my PC. Awesome. Good deal. One of a kind, man. What is the best PC you have ever built? So the best PC that I've ever built, and no, it was not Tuna's. Technically, Tuna's was the best performing PC that I've ever built, because the most expensive or best PC I've ever built was a fully open loop build, all Corsair. It was just a complete Corsair open loop beast. Literally, even the tubing was Corsair. Which is kind of a waste of money in my opinion, but he wanted Corsair everything, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. And that's what we got. But Tuna's PC was a close, like, I'd say top 5. Most expensive. And probably performance-wise with the 4090, because I haven't really done very many since then, is probably some of the better performing PCs because of the 4090 that he has in there. Tuna's PC was pretty nice, yes. I'd say his is probably top 5. And then I've done liquid cooled, except the problem with the liquid cooled PCs is that they take a lot of time. So that would be like a 24-hour stream just to assemble it, not including like flushing and other things. So I feel like it would be a bad idea to do like a 24-hour stream with an open loop build. That would be the stream that I drop and fall asleep. Impale myself with a tube. That's how I get buried. That would be interesting. Impaled by plastic tube. Falling asleep while streaming. I'm still excited to see what this 7900 XTX shows. Oh yeah, so I'd actually just quoted one of those builds for somebody. It was an all-out Ryzen 9 7900X and a 7900 XTX with a bunch of cool stuff. Was that a Hydro X build? Hydro X. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah, with the. Yep. He had started out with the kit, and then he bought the. Because a lot of the stuff he actually bought on his own, and then just needed help getting across the finish line and getting it built. Because then he realized he was kind of in over his head on the build, and then didn't want to do it. So he had me do it. But anyway, he ended up getting a distro plate and a bunch of other stuff on top of it. And like every other day, it was like, hey, I added more stuff to the build before I even started building it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wait until you say I'm done buying stuff before I start building this. Because I feel like I'm going to go back and forth pulling parts out and putting parts back in. I feel like that's going to happen. So. But then I do have another build behind me. Somewhere in that pile. That is kind of started, that I keep talking about, that I haven't done, and that I should do, that I need to finish. Just a very time-consuming build, and it's just not great timing right now, because it will tie up my bench for like half a week. I just need to start another bench and then just piece it together little by little. If you can tell me, what was the quote price set? Honestly, I don't remember what the price was on that. On the 7900 XTX, I think we're at like 4,500-ish, in that range. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was nowhere near what a 4090 build is like. I mean, honestly, it was not a bad price for all the new hardware that's going into it. And I could even do better. And that's like, just taking account, I think that was all Deepcool and a Leon Lee 011 Evo. So there's, with a total of 6 fans on the cooler and another 7 fans in the case. So there's a ton of cost and cooling there. So just FYI, it's heavy on the cooling because of the Evo case. But I mean, that's what you do when you're building in an Evo case. You fill it out. Come on. Nice, that's not too bad at all. No, I mean, given what he's getting in the build, not bad at all. And he hemmed and hawed on it, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to tell you, but I looked up some other people's prices, and I'm like, way better. So, I don't know what he's hemming and hawing on. Because I was curious, I'm like, did I just like way overprice this thing, or he hemming and hawing because he's thinking about doing it himself? I don't know. Fine with me. I encourage people to build. Build it. Alright, this thing's starting to look like a gaming PC, I'd say. Yeah? Not much more to it. Gotta slap a graphics card in there. I'd say getting that 8-pin PCIe or CPU connection is... That's gonna suck a little. Getting these peels off. Make sure there's nothing on the fan. I didn't know any of the 1660 Super still came with DVI. So I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm like, is this really a 1660 Super, or did I get gypped somehow? It's definitely a 1660 Super. GDDR6. They must have used like an old board when they were running low on inventory or something. That doesn't make any sense. All the 1660 Supers that I've been building with lately have all been DVI and HDMI. Or I'm sorry, DisplayPort and HDMI. No DVI. So I guess one downside to this case is that you still have the punch outs on the back, and I hate that. That's one reason why I would never buy this case again. Such an easy thing to not do. To change. To modernize. Like, why would you even bother? Probably more expensive in the process. But I hate these things. They bite. They scratch. Sometimes they don't want to come out. There we go. That looks like a gaming PC. And then usually with most cases you want to kind of hold the card as you're tightening your graphics card down. So that way the ports don't ride up underneath the metal. And I'll show you here in just a second what I mean. So these, the card will like to slide up, and then your ports will actually be covered by your piece of metal here, and then you won't be able to get your HDMI connection plugged in. So then you'll be like, the metal's in the way, or it's hitting this little lip on your HDMI or DisplayPort connection. So try to always make sure your card's squared up. It will help. All right, power supply time. And then if you guys really want me to, next, I'll do the Operation Cyber Power PC rebuild. You guys want me to keep going? Because that could be a bonus for you if you really want me to keep going. If not, I'll go to bed. Build back better. What? Build back better. Yes, make the back. All I know is I want a cyberpunk themed PC. Ooh, I have actually had a lot of ideas for a cyberpunk PC. I think you've told me that before, and I have a lot of ideas. Like, I'm thinking, like, problem is you gotta make sure that you don't mix metals in a loop, but maybe we could do like a painted color to match like a copper, like steam type, steampunk slash cyberpunk, cyber stuff. Like, I have a lot of ideas. Ugh. And then we can even get like a little looking, I don't know, make it look kind of like a city almost, like inside there. I don't know. So many ideas. Front row. Like your last headset. I just want one that doesn't suck. And you and me too. I mean, look at my camera can't even keep up with my hand. It's, dude, I swear it's my CPU. Good night, kiddo. Love you. Kiddo's going to bed. He done. Done for the night. Etched glass is cool as hell, yeah. I mean, Mern got etched glass. Mern is the word. Have a Night City etched on the tempered glass. There you go. Stuff that would be so dope, yeah. And I mean, etching isn't actually that like crazy expensive to add that touch. I mean, yeah, it's like in the 100-ish range depending on how much etching we're doing. But you can even do it like a frost to help. There's just lots of things you can do to add to it. Yeah, it's usually, so the last time I had glass etching, I think it was on Mr. Duck's PC, and that was, Mr. Duck, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like in the 150 range. That was the last time I had glass etching done on a PC. It's been a while, actually. People are trying to save on the customizations. Those cost quite a bit. Yeah, glass frosting I know isn't cheap, but it might actually reflect the light different than the etching. I mean, it's just another option or another thing we could play around with. But we could make a real sick PC, man. That would be cool. I've always wanted to do like a cyberpunk or steampunk type build. One of the two. Like, I was thinking about eventually having the storefront and then having like show floor pieces. Because the whole idea is to be able to show people our work, you know? So And then maybe take them to shows and stuff. Eventually. Getting to that point. Eventually getting there. The CPU connection's gonna be a pain in the ass. I already know it. I should have thought of that and did it earlier. I always forget to do that, and I always tell you guys to remind me, and you never remind me. Hey Ben, Micro ATX PC. Try to get that CPU connection in there first before you tighten that, you know. Nope. I think you guys just like seeing me suffer. I want to offer promotion. Ooh. Hey guys, we have a bot in the channel. It's a boo bot. I want to offer promotion of your channel. Lower viewers. They can increase my views, they said. Followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality and guaranteed to the best auto on incredible, flexible, and convenient order management panel ever. Everything is in your hands. Turn it on, off, customize. Go to Dodge Hype. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I need this. See, guys, I have bots in my channel. They may not be my bots. I guess I need to start thinking about turning that stuff on. The anti-spam stuff. Never really used to be an issue. Honestly. In fact, I think I have some of it on, so I don't know how that came through. Let's do all the ones that we can do. And then we'll save the fun one for last, which actually doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. Shouldn't have said that. Ha! That was easy. Great, boys. I got it. Now, pull some cable cleanups. I don't want to, like, pull it apart, but I don't know. This is a little bit, damn it. What the hell happened here? Seriously. I put one cable in here and it's like everybody went to crazy town. Nice. This is why shit gets unplugged after I cable manage. Like, seriously. Was that too difficult? It was not difficult. I don't know why it was difficult, but it was difficult. Here we are. I hate cables. Huh. Now you got my brain working. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a dangerous thing to sit here. We'll chat about PCs and stuff. Yeah. That's all I do. That's all I do, man. All I do. Let the creative juices flow, sir. That's how you make the unique beast. Alright, so this is gonna be a struggle that's real. Let the creative juices flow through you. Again, you're being a pain in the butt. These damn cables, man. They're getting to me today. Cables, man, they're just part of the, I don't know, part of the natural PC building lifestyle. Part of your everyday thing. Can't love cables. But you can't hate them. Because they're beautiful at the same time as ugly. And they're also what helps find good between bad. I mean, cables aren't that bad. Now, if it's a Corsair build, yes, screw cables. They all just need to go to hell. I hate Corsair builds because they have so many cables. I mean, the most cables was in that one build that I was talking about earlier. That was the absolute most cables I've ever built with. And I about lost my mind. It was close. I'm thinking I'm not going to, like, zip tie these up or anything, because honestly, I'm just worried about them unplugging. Getting tugged. I'm going to keep them loose. Stuff them in down here. As terrible as that is, I just don't want them to unplug. And I want that uncovered. That cover on there. Well, boys, if you do any more cable management, I'm going to be here all night. Nice and clean. or at least as clean as it's going to get without jeopardizing connections. Let's see if we can have a post without any issues. Your favorite time of the night? My brain's literally stuck on the Cyberpunk build idea. Oh boy. Imagine all Bluetooth controlled fans. Oh dear. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing though. Like, I'd have to know the reliability before I could trust them. Bluetooth controlled fans. Like, it just seems scary. Maybe I sound like an old fart. Come on, man, get with the times, man. You're all wireless. Hey, those AIs are not taking control of my fans. Over my dead body. Well, I'd say it's about as clean as we're going to get this thing. Not much cleaner we can do. Not a bad little PC, though. Well, it's that time of the night, though. Okay. I did actually redo my entire... So I was having DisplayPort issues with that cable on my last monitor. So I ended up just replacing the whole monitor. So I couldn't find another DisplayPort cable sitting around here, believe it or not. Because I think I gave them all away to people who were like, oh, I need DisplayPort cable. I'm like, here you go. So the like 50 that I had, I have 0 now, and I didn't realize that. When I needed one, I didn't have one. I have HDMI and display options on the monitor. On the bench. Yay! And I kind of needed to do that for the capture card because it was HDMI only. Oh yeah, we need a power cord. Hey, we're already glowing. That's special. Did we get a post? Do you doubt me after the last couple of streams? There's that honeycomb effect. That was fast. Well, I mean, yeah. Want to go to bed tonight. So we got a post. We have a new CPU installed. Please enter setup config to configure your system. CPU fan speed error detected. Interesting. Maybe I didn't plug it into the right header. Ensure that your CPU fan is properly installed and the CPU fan header or adjustable fan speed is low, limit, option, blah, 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 blah. That's interesting. Other than a CPU fan error. Another one. Yeah, no CPU fan there detected. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. I probably put it in the option, or I just totally missed it. I'm not sure. Come on, work with Daddy. I have made it too tight. Pull out. It's plugged into the CPU header, so I don't know what the hell it's bitching about. That's interesting. Hey, you know what? You just gotta go in there sometimes when it's live and just get it done. You don't need to put the patient under sleep to sleep. Get in there and start pulling stuff out. Except it doesn't want to come out. Ow. Ow. Yeah, we'll just stop the fan. Never recommend doing this. Totally not right. So I just had it in the wrong one. I had it in the optional. They're kind of weirdly labeled there. I admit it, I made the mistake. But I caught my mistake and corrected it. But you can do that with your fans. One thing you can do that with your fans and your addressable RGB. It's just with your addressable RGB with 3 pins or 4 pins. Don't accidentally put the pins in the wrong places while it's hot. You will screw everything up. But it's perfectly fine to do that, as long as you're accurate. I don't encourage it. I always tell people, yeah, shut your PC off before you stick your hands in there. There we go. We got our honeycomb. Look at that beautiful honeycomb. Honeycomb front. Beautiful honeycomb mesh there. And that's why I took that extra dust filter off, because it is really going to restrict airflow. I don't like having the double filter on the front. It's just dumb. Just let the dust's going to get in there anyway, so you may as well just let it through and not choke your PC. But the mesh on the front's really going to help restrict a lot of it already. No, the PC caught your mistake. Okay, the BIOS was like, dude, bruh, come on. But, I mean, the PC doesn't actually know that the fan is actually spinning, so it's not like it's a heatsink with no fan and just cooking. But it said it was, but it's not. So, does the PC know everything? No. It would have been fine. In fact, I could have set that port to just react to the CPU temps, and then it would have just acted like a CPU fan. All done. Your story, Ben. Tell you how you wanna. Okay. All right, man. I know I didn't Didn't do it. I plugged it in wrong. I'm tired. I need better lighting in here. I'm old. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. But I won't. I will catch my mistakes. I always do. Mistakes were made. Yeah, that's what she said. we're gonna go with the excuses. Hey, I've got a laundry list of excuses, okay? I am the excuse master. The master of excuses. Actually, that would be like a really cool gamer tag. Something along those lines. Ah! Well, guys, we apparently, according to Windows, we don't have an SSD. And that's because it's not a Gen 4, and it's in a Gen 4 slot and a board that's supposed to support Gen 4 with a 10th Gen CPU. And I always forget that. I'm stupid. But guess what we get to do? Drop that M.2 slot down. There's another M.2 slot on this board, right? Should be. Either that or it got bumped loose. Still power to the board. Aha! There is. Alright, so we're going to move this M.2 down. I hate putting it there next to the graphics card, but I don't really have a choice with this board. And I always forget that. I think we can move this heat spreader over, though. Come on. Or move the heat spreader down. One of those dirt moments. You want to hear more excuses, guys, or are you okay? You good? Age is catching up. I told you I should have had a Coke earlier. I told you guys I was feeling off. I was feeling it. It was catching up with me. The lack of sleep is catching up with me. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, fixie. Unless you can't get your graphics card back in. That's when you know you really should just call it a night. Okay, round 3. We get it right. Hello. Zoom. Might help if I actually plug the HDMI cable in too. Dude, I was a Mountain Dew fanatic for the longest time. And then I think I drank so much Mountain Dew that I got tired of Mountain Dew. No joke. And because I didn't plug the HDMI cable in and already tried to post. Hold on. Kind of derping. There we go. Yeah, that's all I drink. Dude, I got Mountain Dewed out. Like even if I try to go like Code Red and then I even switched to diet for a little while because the sugar was actually just giving me heartburn. So I ended up going like sugar-free diet, stuff like that, and then it just wasn't enough. So then I switched to Coke, and it was just everything just got better. I had to stop drinking it after I got the COVID. Oh yeah, that too. That didn't help. I mean, it's been a couple of years, but I used to be a big Mountain Dew fanatic. Like I would drink. Shamelessly, admitting, I drank like 2, sometimes 4 liters a day. Like a shit ton of Mountain Dew. Now I just need to start drinking more water. That is like been my goal lately, is to try to drink more and more water. So that way when I do go lay down, I'm not like wired. And then I can fall asleep. Hey, there's our M.2. So I guess I'm trying to be more healthy. But it doesn't work unless you get into a good sleep schedule, honestly. Good airflow in this case, though. Definitely good airflow. Moving some pretty good air. I like it. I can feel the air all the way back here into the graphics card getting pushed in. That'll be good. So it pulls in some nice cool air on the card. And then the only exhaust fans on the top are the back, and then we have passive exhaust on the top. You're planning on painting your motherboard, or oh dear. Oh dear. The only thing you should be painting on your motherboard, I'd be very careful about that. The only thing you could paint is maybe the heat sinks and the shrouds and things that you can pull off, and the plastic pieces. But that is it. I would not be painting directly onto the motherboard, even if it's like a plastic dip or some sort of electrical non-conductive or conductive, however you want to call it, paint. I would just be very careful about doing that because it's going to contain heat. Also, the paint will melt as the board gets hot, even on the heat sinks. So for heat sinks, you should be using like a caliper paint that can handle the heat, so it doesn't just flake off. So treat it like a caliper almost. Those get hot. So just be very careful about that. It's the covers for the M.2. Okay, yeah. So that type of stuff you can paint, and honestly, I would still use a caliper paint on any of the heat sinks or any of that stuff. They get hot. And that's what she said. Well, yes. Not over here. I have so much more room now that I cleaned off my bench. It is so nice. Like before, it was so cramped. I had so much shit on here. You knew it was coming eventually. And I think that was that you knew it was coming was probably a setup to another That's What She Said. Damn it. Alright, we got the windows rolling on here. So we are golden, boys. And I don't mean the shower. But we are good to go. This bad boy's built, ready to go. A giveaway still on? Yes, sir. We are doing the giveaway stream on the 15th. And that is also when we are doing, it is not a giveaway. Correction. We are selling a PC for $1, damn it. Because if we do a giveaway, there's lots of problems there. So we're selling a PC for $1.
Yes.
I got a doll.
Father. Father.
We'll be pulling a drawing from the followers of the Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and I think it's YouTube. And if I can't reach the person, meaning if I draw somebody that is not really responding, then after like so many days,
Oh wow.
I haven't really decided how many days, then we'll redraw. And then if that continues, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep redrawing until I have somebody that answers their messages. I feel like we're going to get somebody that doesn't respond. But I hope it's one of you guys, for sure. And it will be literally a printout of all the followers on an Excel sheet that's going to be on a line with a number, and then we're going to use a number generator to randomly decide which number is selected, and then whoever lands on that number is the person who has the option to buy the PC for $1. What's the specs? It is a Intel i7 11th generation 11700K processor, and we have the option right now, but I think we're going to be doing the B560 Asus Prime ATX motherboard. No Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on it though. That's one of the downsides, but we can always upgrade that if we need to.
Oh my gosh. Get rid of
32 gigs of DDR4 3200 or 3600, I can't remember what was listed on that post, and then a RTX 3050 1TB M.2 SSD, and a 750 watt gold or bronze, gold or bronze. I gotta go walk over there. Look. It's a 750 watt bronze, and it's built into an Antec X260 or NX260 case. So it's got a really nice front mesh to it. It's a little bit shorter of a tower, so it's not super long, but it can hold most of the bigger cards. It's a decent PC for $1, yeah. It's a great. I mean, you could actually stream on that PC if you wanted to. It'll do a 1080p stream. It'll run any game you want to throw at it. So it's a great little PC to start out with for anybody. So if somebody gets it and they already have a PC, maybe it's a good gift for somebody. You know? Yes, sir. But it's all over there. It's in the lineup to build. But we'll be doing that actual build stream on December 15th. So Thursday, December 15th, I believe that is. Or 14th. Don't remember. It's the Thursday on that week. And I believe that was the 15th. Going to look on the calendars. Yes, it's the 15th. So it'll probably be a late stream as well. So sometime after 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, you could definitely run it as a dual PC too. My birthday's next week. Well, I have no control over who gets picked. It is going to be randomly selected. So I don't want to hear any shit about it. I can't control it. But if it is a family member, because I have a lot of family members who like and follow my stream, and my channels, I will reselect, or I'll try to remove them from the list anyway, beforehand. So it doesn't go to the family member. I'm sorry, Jimmy. It's powerful enough. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. A great little it's a great entry level gaming computer that can play literally anything. In fact, it'll probably run Warzone at 100-ish FPS, Warzone 2. A whole $2. $1. $1. My streaming PC is kind of overkill. Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. What I was trying to tell you before, it's like you don't really need as much as that, you know, what you're going with for a streaming. You only need like an i7 and a card with like an RTX 3060 maybe at the most. You can even do it with a GTX 1660, but I would probably try to do like a 3060. I'll give you $2. Not a bidding war. Not a bidding war. Going for that NASA bill. I mean, that PC alone probably has more CPU power and graphic power than all of NASA combined, because all their hardware is probably still in the 1980s. Because they haven't upgraded any of their rockets, the ships, whatever you call them, the shuttles. Thank you. Whatever that was. Well, I mean, it was. I guess they did the moon in the 60s, so that was 69. No, I'd have to look that up to be sure. Ben, did my sister get with you about a pickup time? Yes, she was talking about Sunday evening. So Sunday, this coming Sunday. I think she gave me like between 6 and 7 or 5 and 7 or something like that. Yeah, I think 69. Yeah. I don't remember the exact year. I'm pretty sure it was 69 though. Nice. Are you coming with her? Oh, that's what NASA was created, yeah. What CPU water block to get? EK. I would recommend EK all the way if you're doing a custom open loop. EK, EK, EK. Any of the EKs. Which one? Any of them. I mean, honestly, the EK, what is it? The Vector, the can't think of the name. Got the whatchamacallit. I can't think of the name. I'd have to look it up too. You're asking me. I'm having trouble putting an M.2 and a CPU fan header in, and you're asking me these type of questions right now. Just go on the EK website, and any of them are going to work, as long as it fits your socket and your CPU. And they're pretty, and honestly, I would order from their website if you can. That's where you're going to get the best deal. EK's website. And you could build out your whole loop on their website, which is really nice, and have it on in their cart. It just makes it super easy. That's where I buy all of my custom water loop stuff, unless I need something immediately. Then I go to Micro Center, or I can try to order it somewhere else. But EK, I just go direct to EK. I don't have a custom loop, LOL. I want one with all copper pipes. So that's where you want to be careful, because you're putting copper, you're mixing a different metal with another metal on a block. So you want to be careful with that, because it might have a reaction in the water, which then causes buildups, and you don't want that. So it might actually be better to do plastic tubing and paint it to make it look like copper, than it is to actually use copper. That's what a lot of PC builders that
Guys,
make copper looking pipes, that's usually what they do. Steampunk build, yes. But we're going to paint the tubing to match the copper color. We're not going to actually use copper in the build. That's dangerous. Unless you want to have a build up and all of a sudden your loop stops flowing. It stops flowing water. But what you could do is, because you want to do more of a cyberpunk build, we gotta somehow make that water glow, like glow. Yes, I know you're trolling. I'm just giving you a fair warning, man. You can't put copper in a build. You can, but it all has to be the same. It all has to be copper or some sort of metal that doesn't corrode. And you don't want to switch. You don't want to have multiple. Oh shit! What is this going on? Oh, that's why. Bruh. I'll slap you if you put copper in there with mixed with like nickel. All right, so I was thinking of doing that bonus stream, but I'm honestly, guys, I'm tired. But I do have to get that done at some point. So I have to have it ready for pickup tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that early morning. Oh well, I'm tired, man. We gotta, if we're gonna do 2 builds or 2 things, I gotta start earlier. Oof. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling it. Just drink some coffee. No. Then I won't go to bed. I won't sleep. I need to sleep tonight. I've got a possible 250 mailbox possible migration going on tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. And it needs to all be running by Friday. And then I've got a late night tomorrow with the Christmas party that we're going out for. And the wife is really looking forward to that because she doesn't get out much. And so it's kind of important. Momentum ROG, Zenith, 2 Extreme, DRGB, Plexi. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. We need to get that. We need to get into a Discord call sometime, Ben. Yeah. Whenever you want, man. Just not when I'm sleeping. Which I need to go do. But yeah, no, if you want to jump on a Discord call. Did I give you my Discord? Pretty sure I did. It's we'll set up a time. So just here. I'm gonna give you my Discord again. If I didn't. It's painkiller 1011 hashtag 0323. Sending it right now so I don't forget. Because if I walk away, I'm going to go to bed and then forget. I sent you a screenshot of my Discord. Yes, I know. I need to get a Stream Elements chatbot. Haven't sat down and figured it out because I've never ran a chatbot before. It's not scary. Not that I don't want to figure it out. It's not that I'm scared to figure it out. It's just I haven't had the time to sit down and figure it out. Yeah, man. If you wanna try to help me, that'd be cool. It'd probably make it go quicker, so I don't have to spend the extra time trying to figure it out. Having a guide, go through it. I kind of know how to do it. It's just, I've seen it before. It's just I haven't actually like set one up from scratch, and I know it's pretty easy, or should be. Yeah, what are these AI bots? I don't want any AI bots doing my talking for me. I can only do it on Twitch. I don't know how to do it on any. Well, that's the challenge, is that I have Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, but the only one that I really care about right now, honestly, I might even just cut the cord with Facebook and YouTube. Maybe keep it on YouTube just for the fact that I can archive videos there. A lot easier than I could do on Twitch, and I could download and upload quicker than I can on Twitch. So I might just continue, but I don't have to have the chatbot there. So I only really care about the chatbot probably on Twitch, and I don't want it to like spam like some people's channels, Mern, spam people with it. So I just want to. Just kidding. I'm joking. But it's funny, like, I feel like if you leave your stream elements up or your Streamlabs up and the chatbot continues even afterwards, I continue to get notifications from streamers all the time after their stream has already ended, saying that they chatted on something, and go figure, it's like a chatbot saying something. And it's like, okay, it must be because something's left open and it's still chatting to the channel. I would keep it on YouTube as well, yeah. Oh, you sent a friend request. Alright, let's go in there and decline it. I'm just kidding. Sheesh! I'm just kidding. Just kidding. The stream elements only goes off when you're mod or you tell it to say stuff. Okay. So then I would need a mod, or I would need to tell it to do things. Got it. See, I don't even know how it all works yet. Or if you have a command on your timer, like for Discord. Okay. I should probably start a Discord channel though, right? I actually already have one. It exists. I just don't use it. At Empower Gaming Computers is too old. Nope. No mod. Unless you count Streamlabs as a mod. Dude, we're so loose over here, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, hey, here's the stream, guys. We build PCs. The streaming stuff is fun, but there's a lot to it. If you type /mod and at someone, you want to be able to mod your channel. Okay? Bedtime? I hear you, Mr. Duck. Unless you're telling me just to go to bed. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys something real quick before we get off. So this is really cool. A new design. Just came out with this new design. Just got it printed. But it is a new battle tested certificate. With a newer logo, and also has the background. Oh yeah, looks good, looks dope. Hey Mosin, what are your thoughts on the temps and power draws of the new AMD CPU? I'm wanting to do my first build with AM5, but it's kind of intimidating. So I would say, depending on which AMD CPU you're going with, I guess that makes a big difference. But for example, the Ryzen 9 7900X, that bad boy is going to run quite a bit of heat. Over on YouTube, Mosin's asking this question. But that bad boy is going to run a lot of heat, and you're going to want at least like a 360 millimeter AIO. AM5 is the same as AM4, so most of your mounting hardware should fit your AM5 sockets, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But just make sure you have like a 360 millimeter AIO, and a case with really good airflow. So a case with a front mesh, kind of like this one. Front mesh allows a lot more air in to draw the air out. A lot more fresh air coming in. So I highly recommend that front mesh and a 360 millimeter AIO for a Ryzen 9 7900X. And then power consumption, you might want to look at, depending on what video card you're pairing it up with, but if you're doing like a 4090, for example, you might want to look at a 1200 watt power supply minimum. All right, I got swords. Have a good night, guys. I'm going to be bouncing here as well. I will send you a PC part list that inspired me to paint my motherboard. Okay, I like that white and silver. Yeah, send that over. I'll take a look at it. Okay, peeps, got to bounce. Again, I got swords. Have a good night, man. Have a good night. But I do have to get off too. So, Mosin already bought the 7950X. Okay. 4080 probably when price drops. Thanks. Yeah, I'd go with definitely go with the 360 millimeter AIO at least. And I would honestly do push pull, meaning 6 fans on that radiator if you could do a sandwich. And I would not I would get a case that you were not front mounting that 360 millimeter radiator. I would do a top mount. All the heat from the CPU is just exiting the case. Get that heat away from your PC, man. So, and then all the fresh air coming into the PC is going to just be drawn right up into that radiator. So top mount AIO 360 millimeter for the 7950X. And then that 4080 will run nice and cool because you won't have the heat from the CPU in the case. It'll just be the heat from the 4080. Because the 360 millimeter top mounted is just going to expel the heat out the top. But I would get a case that supports 6 fans. So like example, the Lian Li O11 Dynamic or the O11 Dynamic Evo. You could do 3 fans on the top, the radiator, and then 3 fans on the bottom of the radiator. That's what I would recommend doing. All right, Mr. Doug, have a good night, man. But anyway, I am going to jump off as well. I thank everybody for jumping on, following, liking, sharing, hanging out for the entire stream, chatting. I really appreciate all of that. But the next stream is going to be Friday night. We are not going to be streaming Thursday like normal. Holiday week last week, and then this week we have, again, a holiday thing going on. Christmas party that we're going to, which just lands on the same night. So bonus stream Friday night, and then possibly a couple more streams on Saturday and Sunday. So have a good night, guys. I'll see you Friday.
FBI, open up! We'll turn this around. We'll turn this around.